morning, everyone. Excuse me. Looks like this is going to be a day full of technology, whether we like it or not. That's the era we're in. And as an example of that, I get to introduce our keynote speaker who's not in the room, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. Our keynote today will be given by Dr. Mark Moss. It's my pleasure to get to say a few words about him. The NAM people have assured me that you have a bio of all of the speakers in your handouts, and I'm quite certain you've memorized all of those things. So I don't need to tell you that Mark is a critical care physician, nor do I need to tell you that his day job is as the Roger Mitchell Professor of Medicine and Vice Chair of Clinical Research for the Department of Medicine at the University of Colorado. And I'm sure you've also read that he's been funded continually by the NIH for more than 17 years on topics related to pulmonary critical care, as well as burnout and many of the issues that we're talking about here today. And in his spare time, he's currently serving as the president of the American Thoracic Society. What is not there in the bio that I'm sure you've read already is that it's in that realm, through his role as president of ATS and on the board for many years, that I've come to know Mark. That society, together with mine, the American Association of Critical Care Nurses, the Society of Critical Care Medicine, and the chest physicians, have been working together for more than 15 years in a collaborative, cleverly called the Critical Care Societies Collaborative, where we've addressed issues particularly pertinent to critical care clinicians. But in the last 3 to 5 years, we have really focused intently on this topic of burnout, and Mark has been one of the leaders in that work. Last year, the 4 societies together published a paper on that. It was actually a call to action around the epidemic of burnout in critical care. And in this December, largely led by Mark and others, we will host an invitational summit where people will come together in Chicago for a couple of days to further the work specific to acute and critical care on this topic. So through this, one of the key things I've learned about Mark is that he is a collaborator extraordinaire. Long before it was sort of the thing to do or the politically correct thing to say that we need to work in teams and all the disciplines must work together, he has been living this in his practice, and he certainly lives it in his role as the president of ATS. And back to my technology comment, just showing you his commitment to being willing to do this work. When he was asked to give the keynote today, he said, "Sure, I'll be happy to do it. The challenge is I'm in Brazil." So you see him there in the corner from somewhere in Brazil. I'm quite happy to see him. Hopefully we'll be able to hear him. And so he'll give his remarks. The slides will be here in the room. And if we have time at the end, we will take questions both from the web and from in the room until they hold up the time card and say it's time for the next session. So Mark Moss, welcome.